done lots of life stories, but I've never done anybody quite like Sir Elton John. He was just Reg Dwight from Pinner, and he became the greatest solo artist in British music history.
I don't know what he's going to ask me.
I want to talk about his extraordinary love life.
I'm sure it's going to be a huge range of things, so I'm pretty ready for it.
I want to talk to him about his deep relationship with Princess Diana. And tonight he's also going to be performing 2 songs.
Into the frying pan.
This is a life story. I've waited 25 years to interview you.
Yeah, and here I am.
You said that all you ever get asked about in interviews is either flowers, tantrums, sexuality, or your hair.
Yes.
Which one do you want to start with?
Fire away, I don't care.
You're prepared to answer anything I throw at you?
Well, mostly.
Well, I'm a bit concerned about... I mean, you are known to be, you know, I wouldn't say demanding, but...
I'm not known to be demanding. I mean, I did Tantrums and Tiaras, which was, you know, about 13 or 14 years ago, which David, my partner, did on me. And I wanted to make a documentary about how people actually genuinely are. I mean, in most documentaries you see people saying, oh, they're so wonderful, they're so nice, oh, they're wonderful. And, of course, we're not. We're absolutely sometimes sport brats. And I wanted that to come through on the, you know, sometimes under pressure we crack. That's the way it is, and I wanted it to be a warts-and-all documentary, and I was very happy with it. It's one of the few things that I can actually look at where I can say, that's the truth, that's how it was. Not to say that I was, you know, very happy with some of the behaviour, because I think I've changed a lot since then. You know, I'm afraid I'm a victim of my own mouth, and it's been a long time. But it's like people think I wear crazy glasses still, you know.
Well, they're quite normal tonight.
Yeah, they are normal. I bought them in a proper store.
You look relatively normal. If you took away the silver trousers, you'd be quite normal.
I do have a G-string on underneath.
I had a little peek at your rider, your list of demands for your dressing room.
Oh, really?
Which was fascinating, I have to say. Apparently, because it's winter, the temperature in your dressing room had to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit precisely.
See, I have no idea what my rider is. I honestly don't.
Was it warm enough?
It was fine. I was a bit chilly, actually. Well, 68 degrees is a bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly. Yes.
Well, it gets better. 4 large green plants.
Well, you have to have green plants. So.
3 6-foot-long banquet tables covered in white linen tablecloths.
Well, they're not in my dressing room.
Were you having a banquet in there today?
I don't have any 6-foot tables in my room.
No. Most amusingly, I thought, was you requested 1 large flower arrangement, nothing wrong with that, but you stipulate no chrysanthemums, no lilies, no carnations, and definitely no daisies. And what have you got against that lot?
Well, chrysanthemums are pretty horrible. Carnations don't look good in a vase. Lilies don't smell very nice. And daisies I have nothing against whatsoever.
Have you calmed down? I mean, in the old days, presumably you would have been demanding, you know, vast crates of champagne and all sorts of stuff.
I think when I was drinking and doing drugs, yes, because you become, you know, completely ridiculous. I mean, you become self-obsessed, you become... your values completely go out the window. You know, you don't like the colour of the wallpaper on the plane or the way it's done. You don't like the colour of the furniture in the hotel room. It's all that absolute nonsense. Like all entertainers, they're very comfortable on the stage. And I was, you know, very happy on the stage, but off the stage, I didn't really know. I was still the young boy from Pinner who was just kind of insecure, a little overweight, and, you know, had a bit of an inferiority complex. I just showed off on stage. All entertainers want to do is show off.
Do you feel your reputation goes a little bit before you?
Yes, I think I'm a bit of a lightning rod. When I say something, it tends to go around the world, and I'm stuck with it for the next 5 or 6 years.
You've been famous for over 40 years now, Elton, and as with all the great rock stars, you like to be bigger and brasher than anybody else. Legendary songwriter, flamboyant entertainer, and one of Britain's biggest show-offs, there really is no one quite like Sir Elton John.
Elton John is the most successful solo British male singer ever. That's it. No qualifications. He is.
I'm still standing better than I ever did.
He will be remembered for having written at least a dozen of the best songs that have ever come out of rock.
I guess that's why they call it
get genuinely excited when they see him because he's written a lot of music that has been the soundtrack to a lot of people's lives.
Having sold over 250 million records, Elton is the biggest-selling British solo artist in America.
I think he's successful because he's extraordinarily talented. And his voice is amazing. I think it's heartbreaking.
His ability to write some incredible tunes and to be a fantastic showman. And the fact that he's done it as a pianist is amazing.
Elton was the reason I started in music. My mum used to play his records all the time, and it actually made me want to be able to play the piano.
But it's never just been about the music. There's his quite extraordinary extravagance.
I would say that Elton is most famous for spending money.
I remember Elton invited me to share Christmas with him, and they're giving each other, I think, gold-plated Monopoly sets to each other for Christmas.
It's like an addiction, I think. It's insane, the stuff that he buys.
And, of course, there are the outrageous outfits.
I remember the wardrobe. It was spectacular. The duck suit. I could hardly play for laughing.
He's up there in the top 5 show-offs. He's a major show-off.
But with the pressure of mega stardom comes the occasional tantrum.
Sat down and he was raging about something. He said, it's a complete and utter catastrophe. And there was silence on the table.
Like all of us, when he's overtired and he's been working hard and he's challenged and pressed or if things aren't done properly, he can get annoyed.
Thank you. I'm talking, you fuckwit.
We all have little tantrums from time to time. It's just that his has been filmed in the past.
I'm beginning to remember why I was feeling a bit uneasy about tonight. What do you think about your character through the prism of that video?
Well, I love all the dressing up bit, and it makes me, feel very nostalgic, and it was so much fun when I did that, and sometimes I went way too far. One
of the top 5 show-offs ever?
Probably, yeah. I mean, they all come
apart
from
from
England.
Freddie Mercury, I can't think
Freddie
of anybody
Mercury, Mick Jagger, Rod Stewart, me, and David Bowie. There's 5 show-offs. Can't get much bigger than that. No. And they were all British. It's something about the British that like to show off and dress up. I think it's our vaudeville heritage, the things we saw on television, the campness of our society.
Do you plead sort of half merrily guilty to being a diva?
Diva? Yeah, I have been a diva.
I'm told that you once asked a member of staff at a hotel, in all seriousness, to stop it being so windy outside.
No, I didn't ask. It was the same. I'd been up all night on cocaine, and I phoned Robert Key, who worked for me and became the head of my AIDS Foundation. And I phoned him up at 11 in the morning. I said, Robert, it's really windy here. Can you do something about it? And there was a kind of silence on the end of the phone. And Robert later told me, he put the phone down and went, she's finally lost it. She's finally lost the plot. She said, it's too windy. Yeah, there's been, I mean, crazy. But that's what you become on drugs.
You did try and... You demanded that they, before you got on a private jet, that they actually repaint it. You didn't like the colour.
That was, yeah, that's true. It was a 707. It was like a turd colour. So like an enormous flying turd.
Did you get on it?
I got on it flying like that, and then it was called the Starship. And we had it painted, the record company paid for it, and they painted it beautiful, with all stars over it, and everyone who used it afterwards was very grateful, because you landed in a place on a 707, and I thought, God, what's that piece of shit? Literally. No, I was in a position to do that, and it was fun. We were having fun, so, yeah, let's paint the plane.